Firstly, which one of the guys said that I'm always late?
We've actually got a Star Wars WhatsApp group with Diego, Chiara, and myself, Sam.
No.
Oh my god.
No comment.
Wow. Strong score for that round. Very strong score. Maybe we'll get you into Finland as a wildcard rider.
7 seconds up. I think that's 7 seconds gone. Okay,
That was
so bad.
we can tell it's been a long time since
You feel the pressure.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Your bread and if we'd asked that mid-normal
See, I'm
season, we
flying.
could give them all a help.
Hello and welcome to the Petronas Sepang Racing Team online quiz, Breakout. Today it's a special Jake Dixon edition with Jake head-to-head against members of his crew. So, let's meet the contestants.
Contestant number 1 is a rider for Petronas Sprinter Racing in Motor 2 and a big fan of the pitbox hose.
Jake, it's great to see you again. Tell us what's news from you. What have you been up to?
Not a lot. I think it's too hot in the UK today. Literally might be too hot.
It's
So,
terrible. Yeah. Perfect for some heat training. You know, it gets hot in your leathers out in the bike.
That's it. Yeah, been riding today. So, yeah, you caught me at a good time because I was actually in.
Since we last talked to you, we've seen a race calendar. It's a pretty intense schedule, 13 races in 18 weeks we've seen so far. What's your take on the race calendar?
Basically, to be smart, be fast and not get injured.
Good. And what's the memory like? You think you're going to be all right when you jump on a bike and have to remember which is the clutch, which is the brake, how to change gears?
The throttle's on the left. I think if I'm correct, the throttle's on the left and the brakes on the left as well, I think. It's around that, somewhere like that.
So a little bit of work to do with Jake. Okay, thanks, Jake. Good to see you again. Now, let's meet Jake's crew.
Jake's crew is represented by data engineer Matt Last and mechanic Ben Doe.
Hi both, great to see you. Let's tell us a bit about yourself, who you are, where you're from, and what you do for Jake in Petronas Sprinter Racing. Let's start with Matt. Tell us who you are, what you do.
So, hi guys, I'm Matt. I am Jake's data guy. So basically I'm the one that makes sure that the bike's working electronically. And then I'm the one that has to listen to Jake when he comes back in the box and basically match his comments with what we see in the data and try and improve the bike that way.
Very good, very good.
Thank
you, Matt. Ben, tell us a bit about yourself and what you do.
Yeah, I'm Ben. I'm from Bristol. And yeah.
Wait, Ben, it's not
it's not a date, is it? And I look after Jake's bike mechanically, just make sure it's good for the track, and just put up with him and adjust it how he wants to make him comfortable. So. But yeah, that's more or less it.
So Jake, is this the best crew you've had this year?
Yeah, but hi, I'm Ben, I'm from Bristol. I'm in my late 30s. So if you want to take me out, just call.
Exactly.
Is this the wrong show?
Yeah, and
it's not take me out, mate. Yeah.
However, if you do want to take Ben out, please contact us through our website. You can learn about all the contestants on sepangracingteam.com. But I think that's enough with potential dating. But let's first go to the fan question section. So, fan questions, where one fan will get a date with Ben and also a pair of Moniflex team trainers. Jake, we've got questions for you first. First question is from @ncuff66 from Twitter. And they ask, are you vegan like your wife? And what is your favourite comfort food?
Yes, I am vegan. Been vegan now for 2 or 3 years with Sarah, so love it. And my comfort food, well, I don't really know. Sarah's homemade cakes, probably that's my comfort food.
Not your biscuits.
Homemade cakes. That sounds very good. Next question we have on Instagram from Madam Fam _ AHMADAFHAM _ which I had no idea how to pronounce. Jake, what is your target for the rest of the year? What is your target?
Well, you're possibly going to see me probably win every round from here to the end of the season, really.
It's a perfect target to have. We like that.
I like the way the boys
down.
put their head down because they're like, oh my God, full mode. This is going to go wrong.
No, you got to aim high. You got to aim high.
On a serious note, I think start where we left off at the last round and then build inside the top 10, and then towards the end of the year, I want to be sort of pushing towards the top 5.
Very good. Very good. Thanks, Jake. Now, questions for the crew. And either of you, they're kind of open to whoever wants to answer these. First is from a familiar follower of Breakout and Lockdown, David John East, who is of the JD fans group. And he asks, if you make a change to the bike that improves the performance or handling considerably, do you share that information across the garage with Chavi's crew? That question was asked on Facebook. So I don't know, one of you, Ben or Matt, wants to answer that.
Maybe better for Matt, but I think that's the case. I think there's a lot of shared data across the team. That's what makes it a great team. Both sides of the box work really well together. So, I don't know if Matt's got anything else to add to that.
Yeah, I mean, the way that most teams work in general is that all the data goes on sort of one server in the PID box. So you can access each other's data real time, let's say. So even if even down to riding technique, we can see what Chavi's doing in his riding when Jake comes into the PID box, and likewise Chavi can do the same. But it's not only us that communicate if we need help from their setting or their data. Jake also speaks with Chavi himself. And certainly in Qatar, it worked really well. And Jake made huge improvements just from that sharing of data and communication in general.
Nice answer. Good answer there. Okay, next question for you guys is from Fakhrol Hazi, HAZIQ on Instagram. What's been the funniest moment with Jake? Any funny moments?
Work related or not?
Yeah, there's too many, I think.
Fair to say he's a fun guy to work with, yeah?
It's a constant joke.
Yeah.
The garage, he walks in the garage, he's a ball of energy. It's just jokes from start to finish. So I think it's difficult to pin one down, to be honest. He's always playing pranks and trying to catch you out. So
we've also had a short time. We've also had a short time because obviously we've only done one race and a few tests. Half of one test after he lost a bit of his finger. But I think for me, one of the funniest things is the rear brake issue in Qatar, where he wanted all sorts of different rear brakes. And in the end, he realised that it wasn't the rear brake. He had to brake early with the front brake. And that was a bit of a pain in the arse for Ben, let's say. Having to change that all the time, but he just gets that face that he's got now.
Jake a right of reply to that? Any feedback on that, Jake?
Well, I've got to make them work. They weren't doing enough as it was, so I had to make them do something.
Fair play. Okay, good. Now, last question to the guys, which is a nice flip side to the earlier question. This is from Andy_Sidler. On Instagram again. What's the most annoying thing that Jake does? Not annoying at all. Brilliant.
Dancing.
Rider.
Just trying to build a relationship at the minute, you know.
You best be careful, boys.
I think that you're still obviously in the honeymoon period, as you've just done a test and one race. So for asking that question that didn't get an answer, I think Andy Sidler gets the trainers. Pair of Team Monitor Moniflex trainers, very comfortable, very practical. So that's the fan question section over, which means we now go to round one. So this is the 7-second challenge brought to you by Sepang International Circuit. Here each contestant is given 7 seconds to give as many answers as possible on a topic of our choice. We're going to ask Jake's team first. So Matt and Ben, you can both throw your answers in together. You still have 7 seconds between you. I want to know if you can name British World Championship riders, and you can go past or present. You have 7 seconds to get as many names in there. And we'll start the 7 seconds now.
John McPhee,
Carl Fogarty,
Shaky Byrne,
Cal Crutchlow.
And that's 7 seconds. So that was a terrible hit
should have
rate.
said Jake Dixon.
And in MotoGP, Carl Fogarty, I know he's famous for World Superbikes. I'm trying to think when he did he do MotoGP?
Isn't it
World Championship?
World Championship?
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to clap. We'll have a bit of a behind the scenes decide whether we're going to allow Carl. For now, we'll allow half points for it, and the steward's inquiry will determine. Let's see how the points go towards the end of the competition to see if we need to give you any extra bonus points for that. But actually, I think we'll give you double points because Carl Fogarty, of course, was a Petronas supported rider at one point, or his team was. So double points for that. Foggy Petronas Racing. Yeah, we'll do that. Double points. Jake, we've got some questions from you. For you, a question. 7 seconds to give us as many brands, because we know you like hoovering your garden. We want as many brands of Hoover in 7 seconds. Go.
Dyson, Henry the Hoover, Vax. I don't know anymore.
Brilliant. That was 3. That was not bad. That was not bad. We like that. The team still is looking for an official hoovering partner. So if Dyson, Vax or Henry want to get in touch, please do. Let's look at the scores. Okay. The crew, because of those double points, they get for Fogarty, you get 6 points. That means you're in an early lead. Jake's got 3 points. That is round 1 over, which means we go into round 2. This round is brought to you by Petronas Primax, the official fuel of Moto2 and Moto3, as well as Mercedes AMG Petronas Formula 1 team. And it's called, what was your name again? Here we're going to get to know how well our contestants know each other with a little bit of a twist. Each correct answer gets 10 points or so. Jake first, we've got some points, some questions related to your crew. Question number 1. As well as a motorsport background, Ben previously worked as a design engineer for the vacuum cleaner company that you named, Dyson. Can you guess what he was working on when he was a design engineer there? And we'll give you a bit of assistance. Was he working on vortex cyclone extraction maximization? Was he working on electrostatic air filtration? Or was he working in the vacuum cleaner handling department?
The first one.
Vortex cyclone extraction maximization. Ben, can you give us the answer?
It was an electrostatic air filter, yeah, so sorry.
Denied. Okay. Bonus question though, Jake. You get a bonus question. Bonus question. What form of four-wheeled motorsport has Ben worked in the USA?
NASCAR.
Ooh. Specifically, yes, within the NASCAR ladder.
IndyCar.
IndyCar isn't in the NASCAR ladder. So it's a flavour of NASCAR. We'll give you half points for NASCAR. So you've got 5 points in the bag. For the extra 5 points, what are you thinking? Is it going to be Bush? Is it going to be the main game? Is it going to be Craftsman Truck?
I don't know.
Or whatever it's called these days.
All I know is Ben needs to talk more.
Find out.
Ben, your opportunity now to talk. Which category did you work in the States?
I worked in Craftsman Trucks. We did like 6 months out there as a UK team. We got our ass kicked and then came home, basically.
There we go. Okay, Jake, next question for you. Matt has a new pet dog. What's its name and breed?
Luna, and it is a. I don't even know the breed. Hello. I can picture it.
Draw a picture. We'll let you draw a picture for maximum points.
No, I don't know the breed of it. It's massive now and has like really big ears.
So has it got a nose?
Yes, it's got a nose. Yeah, but that's all I can picture.
Do you want to tell us what the dog is?
Yeah, it's a Weimaraner.
Oh yeah, I'm really going to remember that.
Almost. Big ears.
Okay, you get half points for getting the dog's name. That's good. Bonus question, Jake. What is Matt's preferred position to play in football?
Oh, I wonder what he's going to say.
At the back, I think.
I think it's like, I don't know, like left mid. I don't know.
Oh, you try combining the two, what you started saying and then what you said at the end.
What, left mid?
No, you were almost on saying something before you said left.
I don't know, centre back.
Oh, no, combine the two. Combine the two. This is like on a platter.
Centre midfield.
Yes. There you go. We helped you there, Jake, but you get maximum points for that. Well done. Now it's the crew's turn, and it's questions inspired by Jake. Matt, we're going to go to you first. Jake tells us you're something of a gardener. What plant takes its name from the Italian phrase for beautiful woman?
Absolutely no idea.
No idea. Okay, it's a belladonna, or the Latin name Atropa belladonna, also known as deadly nightshade. And I'm not quite sure what that says about beautiful women. Bonus question, okay, and it's gardening question as well. I need 5 tips for how to get a perfect lawn.
Mow it regularly.
Good
Maybe
one.
treat it with chemicals. Water it. Make sure it gets enough sunlight. And keep Jake off it from playing basketball.
I think that's the perfect answer. I'm trying to improve my own lawn at the moment, so I'm going to make sure Jake doesn't play basketball on it. That's ideal. Good. Okay, we go to Ben next. Jake tells us you're a big fan of darts. What's the lowest number that cannot be scored by one dart?
The lowest number that cannot be?
Exactly. What's the lowest number that you can't get by? So you can, if you throw your dart with one dart at number 2, but what's the lowest number you can't get with a single dart?
1?
No, 23.
I don't get the question.
One dart. Well, I've told you the answer now, so there's no point going through the steward's inquiry. Next question. This is a bonus question, and we'll give you double points as we couldn't get the question across about the darts correctly. What was your team's best result in the NASCAR Craftsman Series?
I think we finished 15th in one race. I can remember leading a lap once, but yeah, I think that was about the best. There's 30 cars though, so
we'll give you the points there. We'll give you that. So that is the end of round number 2. And the crew's doing well. 36 points currently. Jake's on 23, so we're coming into the kind of mid-section of the race, of the quiz. So Jake's got it all to do as we leave round 2 and go into round 3. Round 3 is brought to you by Barracuda, and it's called I Want to Ride My Bicycle. Here we're going to see who knows Jake's racing better, Jake or his crew. Both team and crew will get asked questions. Whoever gets the correct answer gets the points. And again, it's 10 points for the correct answer. Jake, we'll ask you questions first, and then we'll throw them to your crew if you don't get it. On your Motor 2 bike, what's the torque setting for the swing arm axle?
40 newtons.
Crew?
65.
That was close. Hey, that
Not
was
bad.
close. And I don't even know. I don't even got the newtons right. Is it newtons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toolbox is coming in handy.
Okay, next question for Jake. This is for handling of the bike. If you want more slide, do you increase or decrease engine braking?
If you want more slide,
Yeah.
you increase the engine braking.
Crew?
Yeah, I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's
Dead
bad
easy.
if I didn't know that. That's really
Dead
bad.
easy. Okay, and next question is for the crew only. What's Jake's preferred end-of-year drink? When it gets to the end of the season, what's he like to kick back and reflect on the year with?
100% a cocktail. Loves a few cocktails, Jake.
Jake, is that a correct answer?
Nah, it's ciders.
I've never seen you drink that.
What did I say when I was at the table? Have they got any ciders? But I didn't have cider, so I went to cocktail.
Let's award half points to both then. Okay, both get half points there. Now, I think the crew know this, so we're going to get the answer because it maybe has been mentioned already. Which sport has Jake been using for training during lockdown?
Basketball.
Bang, done. Yes, we know this. Jake,
Oh, yeah.
basketball?
Michael Jordan, I'm coming for you.
He's very scared. Now, if we look at the points at the end of round 3, Jake is getting closer, 43 points. He's narrowing it down. The crew have 51 points. And so that was the end of round 3. And we go to round 4, which is the final round, which means all is to play for. Round 4 is brought to you by Flyme 2, and it's entitled Go Get. This is where we ask contestants to go get something from where they are. If you don't have the item I request, then creativity comes into play, so you can choose the nearest thing. I know one of the contestants is going to struggle with this, but 2 are going to be all right. So I'm going to throw it out there anyway. I want you to go and get something from the garden. Or you can use outside. The nearest thing to the garden from outside, if you happen to be in your workshop now, not at home. This is where we discover that Matt's on the 19th floor of a block of flats and there's somebody in the lift.
Does this count? Because this was in the garden.
If it was in the garden, is that yours? Do you play with that in the garden, Jake?
He's nodding, he's saying yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That gets...
Now
Yeah,
Larry's coming.
You've gone out. Exactly. We're going to get a guest appearance. What's Matt got? He's got a spade. He can call it a spade. And Ben has got...
The only thing that's outside is my car, and that's hard to bring in. So.
We'll let you off. Ben did a valiant attempt with a garden spade, so it's even Stevens between Jake and the team with that. Jake was quickest, but Matt brought something most garden-like in his spade, so we like that a lot.
How funny would it be if Ben was actually like 2 seconds? Boom!
Bam. Yeah, I think the glory of winning Breakout is not sufficient for you to trash your workshop by putting your car through the wall. Correct me if I'm wrong. Ben, you can win the contest if you put your car through your workshop wall. The opportunity is there.
I think I'm going to pass at that because I think Robin would be, my business partner, would be a bit upset with me.
You can't take one for the team, Ben.
Yep,
Yeah, no, Ben, please, if you're going to do it, just let me know so I can film it.
Yeah. It's all right. We're filming it all, Jake. Don't worry. We've got it. We've got it on camera. There's a camera in front of everyone. We can see it. We've got it. next item I want you to go and get is a piece of sports equipment. Sports equipment. Oh, this is better. Brilliant.
That's
Ben,
gonna
did you get two things then?
Who? Oh,
Hey,
he's
helmet,
all
helmet,
got
yeah.
helmets. I'm gonna move.
Ben, did you get two things then?
Well, that one isn't mine. This one's mine. So this one's better.
Okay, everyone did that. You were going to be first there, Ben, but you got nicked in it by Jake when you had a change of mind for the helmet that was sat in front of you. So I think Jake just gets that round. Good efforts from everyone. And it's getting really close on the points, as we go to the final question, the final thing to get. And there's a beautiful symmetry here where somebody does have something outside which is suitable to get something from. So I want you to get something from a vehicle,
These were in my vehicle.
Shade, yeah, fair play. But you're just beaten by, what was that, car keys?
Car keys, yeah.
But were they in the vehicle? I've got to ask.
No, you said something from a vehicle.
What is
Good
that, Ben?
point, well made, yeah. There's the dual meaning of that, we like that. And you've got the Dorna key ring as well. And what was in your car, Ben? What was in your car?
This is a dash off a motorbike.
Ah, from a vehicle, perfect. You went to the workshop, very good, nice. We'll let you even give a little plug for your workshop. What's your workshop called? Where is it, Ben?
The workshop's called Havoc Performance in Bristol.
Havoc.
So if any eligible young ladies want to meet Ben, please go to Havoc Performance
Add
in
it to
Bristol.
the dating website.
Lovely guy. Doesn't have a garden. So that is the end of the competition. We're doing a little bit of adding up at the moment to see that the winner is. Oh, it's very interesting. The final round, the crew just pipped you, Jake. Although Jake comes in with a late challenge from Larry. Larry doesn't score any points. Sorry.
Larry's not happy.
He's not going to be happy because you've just lost. It's second place, Jake. Second place, P2. 78 points. Well done. But that means the crew have won. 89 points. Very well done indeed.
It's not good enough.
The prize is a bottle each of Petronas Sprinter. Don't use it all at once.
Is it
And we'll also
1040?
give you a year's pass to Sepang International Circuit, which is now reopened for track days and so on. Thank you all for joining us, and thank you everyone for watching. Hope you all enjoyed Breakout. Please give us your feedback online. We do read all your comments. It's another special lineup for next week. Follow the team on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for all the latest news. Don't forget, this quiz and previous editions are available on our Facebook page. Stay safe, keep washing those hands, and follow all the best practice advice in your country. Thank you to all our sponsors, and thank you to frontline workers everywhere. For Breakout, we'll see you again at the same time on Friday next week. Thank you all. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. See you later.
Yeah.